sleep cycle, and it's unknown if wearing the lenses all the time can throw your body clock off.
We really don't know at this point if it has a negative effect on that.
Well, thanks to Lauren Petty for that report. Some new information I didn't know.
For sure, some good stuff there. And now here's Chanel Jones with a look on what's ahead on the Today Show.
This morning on the third hour of Today, we are going to help you save money in all those digital and streaming services in our Consumer Confidential. Plus, Queer Eye star Karamo Brown joins us live, and we'll show you fun ideas for all those summer photos. That's all this morning on the third hour of Today.
Summer photos. I'm a digital hoarder, so I'll take any piece of advice about that.
Yes, you are. I've seen your phone.
Thanks for watching Early Today. I'm Frances Rivera.
And I'm Jessica Layton. Have a great Wednesday. See you tomorrow.
Glasgow, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
I had just gotten off work. All of a sudden, I was hit from behind. I immediately thought of Morgan & Morgan. All of the correspondence was done pretty much by email and text. I barely had to lift a finger. It's easier than you think.
When we hear that sound, the competition is on.
Wow, we certainly have a dramatic game ahead of us.
I'm taking a deep breath. I hope you are too.
Can you think quick enough
It's very crazy.
and bet big enough?
12,400. Whoa, he's betting everything.
The stakes are high. The clock is ticking.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on WNKY NBC 40.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Season 2, September 18th.
Weekdays at 2 on NBC 40.
Good Wednesday morning. We're halfway through the week. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack. We tracked some showers yesterday, but now I'm tracking a blast of fall. How low will those temperatures drop? That answer coming up in my full forecast. News 40 Sunrise starts right now.
Coming up on News 40 Sunrise. September marks National Suicide Awareness Month. We'll hear from experts on what the warning signs look like and how you can help yourself or your loved ones. Plus, hear the story of one local veteran as he tells us his personal experience with a dangerous recovery mission that changed his life in this week's Voices of Honor. Then, Google heads to court with the Department of Justice for the beginning of their federal trial. We'll get the inside scoop on the case going forward. News 40 Sunrise starts right now.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, September 13th. I'm Ashley Wilson. Thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise. We start with our top stories this morning. Logan County authorities are still searching for an escaped inmate. Officials say Clevin Stevens walked away from an animal shelter where he was on a work release assignment. He was last seen on video walking towards the railroad tracks on 6880 near 79 North. The sheriff's office says he has a shaved head, a scar on his forehead, and was last seen wearing all black. They say he's considered dangerous, and if you do see him, contact 911 immediately. And the panel assigned to investigate how 12 horses died at Churchill Downs this spring is now saying there's no single factor linking the deaths. However, the report from the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Authority says that despite no link between Churchill Downs racing surface and the deaths or pattern in their location, more screening to mitigate risk at Churchill Downs is needed.
There are so many different factors like coming together that can create a risk. We have a really significant and real opportunity to tackle all of those factors and make real progress. And if you look historically on kind of where we've been and where we are now, we have been making progress repeatedly over the years.
In response to the report, Churchill Downs says it will continue to explore and invest in initiatives that support safety as its highest priority. Churchill Downs shut down its spring meets after the equine deaths. There was no recommendation from HISA to discontinue racing in the fall, so racing at Churchill Downs will resume this Thursday during the fall September meet. We look back here at home with some lighter news as Feeding America Kentucky's Heartland is working with a local school district to improve food security among students and their families. FAKH is doing this by working with many different school systems in Allen County to install food pantries with more than just food. The goal is to provide resources like food safety training and materials for additional food assistance for all schools in Allen County.
We needed to do more. That it needed to be not just for the kids for it needed to serve entire families, so that we can really address the whole home and the food insecurity experienced by the whole home, not just one child. Here's where we can really make a big difference.
The food pantry is expected to open this month and will run before, during, and after school hours. That was a look at your top stories. Now let's bring in meteorologist Darius Mack for a check of our forecast. Darius, good morning.
Good morning, Ashley. We take a live look at Bowling Green Ballpark this morning. The image, as you can see here, we got those clouds that are still in the mix. Some scattered clouds you're going to notice throughout the day, though. We're going to see some more in the way of some sunshine and temperatures into the 60s right now. 62 degrees in Glasgow, 63 in Scottsville. It's a refreshing, cool start to the morning, and I'm going to be tracking even cooler numbers, or cooler mornings, that is, as we go over the next few days as well. As far as those winds go, we got those winds flowing in from the north, of course, ushering in the drier, less humid air our way, generally on the light and quiet side. Radar, for the most part, we should be pretty dry and quiet out there. This is just ground clutter that you're seeing out there this morning. And as far as things go, as we go throughout the day today, we should remain pretty dry. And that's all courtesy of an area of high pressure that's going to work to serve up some sunshine our way. As we plan out your day over the next 12 hours, plan for temperatures into the 70s out there, some middle and upper 70s with lots of sunshine in store. It's going to be a pretty nice day on tap. Even as we go through about 7 o'clock this evening, it's going to be pretty nice and refreshing, less humid, pretty nice and dry. Weather on the 4s is brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law. We're back with more News 40 Sunrise after this.
WNKY News 40. Broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
Did you know one of the most common reasons moms stop breastfeeding early is a concern about their breast milk supply? Many times, moms may think your baby isn't getting enough breast milk because your baby eats often. It's actually normal for infants to breastfeed 8 to 12 times a day. They may also cluster feed, meaning they may eat frequently, sometimes even as often as every half hour for a few feedings. If you have concerns about your infant's feeding or see signs of inadequate breast milk, contact a lactation professional and your healthcare provider.
Flu shots at CVS are pretty flex. Schedule one for you or the whole crew. Plus, they're free. Really? Healthier is getting a flu shot on your schedule. CVS. Healthier happens together.
Stressed out? Time to refresh your rhythm with Trident. Trident Gum, the fresh chew to refresh your rhythm.
If you've been hurt in a wreck, we want to help.
By getting you as much money as we can, as quickly as we can.
If you've been injured in a wreck, before you talk to an insurance company, call Crocker Law Firm.
Call Crocker Law Firm.
It doesn't cost anything to see if we can help.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
The Queen of Country takes her throne.
Team Reba.
The Voice this fall.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes and Coleman and get it done.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise. It's 7 minutes past the hour, and now time for Living Well, brought to you by Spring Hill Pharmacy. Nearly 50,000 people died by suicide in the U.S. last year, and that number has steadily risen the past 2 years. Still, many Americans continue to face a mental health crisis, and in today's Health Minute, News 40's Morgan Hoover has more with a widow who hopes her story will help change the narrative about suicide.
He was a complete and utter goofball. He drove us bonkers a lot of the times. We'd give anything to have that back.
He was a father, a husband, and a CEO at MARTA, Atlanta's mass transit operator.
You know, he had a really busy job, but he always was there for the girls.
Beneath Jeff Parker's exterior, there was silent suffering.
That shame and stigma is what gets in the way and prevents people from accessing help when they're struggling. And clearly that, I would imagine, was going on for my husband, since it was not something that we were aware of, that he struggled with.
On January 14th, 2022, Parker died by suicide.
And I think the thing I heard the most is, you all seem so perfect. You didn't seem like the kind of family that this would happen to. And I think that that really speaks to what we as a society think and conceptualize in our mind about what a person who is struggling looks like.
His wife of nearly 32 years is an advanced practice registered nurse at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. For the past decade, suicide prevention has been her focus. She says suicide stigma needs to be erased, and talking about it can save lives.
But if we begin to sort of change the narrative around feelings and emotions and see them all as normal and okay and expected, we can begin to get ahead of things like suicide, depression, and anxiety, because we're creating space and opportunity to have these conversations when difficult things come up. I would say that suicide does not have to be the answer. There is hope, there is help, and that you are loved.
For WNKY News 40, I'm Morgan Hoover.
Cancer experts are demanding action to end an ongoing drug shortage. They're calling for lawmakers to fix the ongoing cancer drug shortage and increase funding for cancer research. This comes as the American Association for Cancer Research released its annual cancer progress report Wednesday, highlighting the recent improvements that the U.S. has made in reducing cancer deaths and advancing treatment, but also the challenges of an ongoing shortage of chemotherapy medications and growing concern about the future funding of cancer research. The cancer experts plan to meet with lawmakers in Washington this week to discuss the report and what its findings mean. Still to come on News 40 Sunrise, one local veteran shares his story of a dangerous recovery mission and tells us why he doesn't regret volunteering in today's Voices of Honor.
Plus, in your News 40 Weather Authority full forecast, I'm tracking a blast of fall. It's 10 minutes past the hour. You're watching News 40 Sunrise.
Wherever you are, we are with you.
At Spring Hill Pharmacy, we see that simple packaging can benefit a lot of people with taking their medications simply and correctly. With Smart Pack, you can have the confidence you're taking the medications at the right dose and at the right time. We are committed to providing you with a safe and organized tool to help make your life easier and worry-free. Spring Hill Pharmacy, where helping people is what we do. Visit us on Russellville Road in Bowling Green.
Injured in an accident? Let Flora Tappan and Stewart fight the system for you. Get the results you deserve. What does it mean when Flora Tappan Stewart says fight the system? It means personal representation with top attorneys. We fight for you against big insurance and pay only if you win. So if you're injured, let Flora Tappan Stewart accident injury lawyers fight the system for you.
We're all born with the good in us. We're all in need of love. Dreams get torn, but we stand up, making a change that is calling us. Beautiful world, beautiful people, boys and girls, we're all made equal. So clap your hands, get up and dance. Beautiful world, beautiful people.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher. Wherever you are, we are with you.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise, and as always, thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:12 a.m. I'm Tommy Modesto. Though he could not be drafted during the Vietnam War era, Pete Ward volunteered because he wanted to fly. Despite making a narrow escape from a dangerous recovery mission, he never regretted that decision. He is this week's Voice of Honor, brought to you by Hospers Health.
I had an exemption from the military because my father had been killed in World War II, but I was always interested in the military. I was sitting in a barber shop one day and reading a magazine, and in that magazine there was a full-page ad that showed a helicopter with some guys rappelling out of it. Well, the ad said, high school grads, the Army will let you fly. See your local recruiter. I went down to see my local recruiter, and sure enough, about a month and a half later, I ended up on a plane headed to Fort Polk, Louisiana for Army basic training. I went to Fort Walters, Texas to start my primary helicopter training. I started out flying what they call a TH-55, which is a little two-man helicopter, pretty small. Proceeded from there to the Huey, and then of course flew the Huey in Vietnam. When you get there, they put you in an overall unit. You end up going to your special unit, which was in my case the 48th Assault. When I got there, I had probably 200 and some hours in a helicopter. I thought I knew everything. I obviously didn't. Two of the Charlie model gunships had been shot down from another unit, but they'd actually landed pretty decent, but they just had their hydraulics shot out. So the Army, in their infinite wisdom, decided that they would try to recover those aircraft. And as we were sitting down to put the guys out so that they could hook the aircraft for the Chinooks, we were shot down by an RPG. It hit us right in the engine deck. We immediately fell out of the air. We did what they call a hovering auto rotation. They shot another RPG, and it hit one of the other aircraft that we had rigged and were getting ready to extract. We were on the ground for probably 30 minutes. The enemy was in one corner, the LZ, that the people had shot the RPG. They were firing at us, but our Cobras came in, and he had a minigun. And that minigun just opened up, and they stopped shooting at us. Here are 3 aircraft shot down in an LZ. 2 of them are burning, and they're on fire. And this guy still comes in and land to pick us up. So basically, I owe my life to the 8 fellas in the 101st. At the time I got back, civilian jobs were a bit scarce, and I had a pretty good job, and I loved flying. So I ended up staying in the military for 20 years. In Colorado, I flew with a medevac unit. That was the forerunner of EMS helicopters. We could be called to accident sites by local police. I even picked up a hunter that had a heart attack on the side of Pikes Peak one time. I went to Germany and then to Hawaii, in which I flew Hueys in both of those tours. When I came back from Hawaii, I transitioned into the CH-47, the Chinook. Having flown a lot of helicopters, the Chinook is still my favorite aircraft. That was so much fun to fly. I have to say, I love the military. I love the camaraderie. I love basically the missions. And again, there were days when I was chuckling to myself, I can't believe they're actually paying me to do this.
It's time for our first full check of your forecast, brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack. Radar's pretty dry and quiet, contrary to yesterday where we had those showers that moved through. Now that those showers have cruised out of here, get ready for a blast of fall and even some chilling temperatures. I'm going to be talking about numbers that will make it feel like October across south central Kentucky for a few mornings. We take a look at weather views across the region, courtesy of Kentucky Mesonet there into Butler County. The Woodbury thermometer at 61 degrees. We got some clouds in the mix out there, but as we go throughout the day today, we should expect a blast of sunshine at 65 degrees at the WKY farm this morning. A beautiful view out there as we take a look across the region. As far as those temperatures go, we got those numbers into the middle and low 60s towards the south and east, towards the north and west. You see those numbers into the 50s, and this is all the air that is going to be ushering in, of course, the cooler, less humid air for us. As far as things go, those dew points into the 60s and 50s out there. It actually feels pretty nice. It is pretty comfortable for the most part across the area. It's feeling like fall, though, as we fast forward into your Thursday morning. Canadian ridge of high pressure, what that's going to do for us is it's actually going to usher in those cooler winds our way. And we could be talking about some chilly temperatures. And what I mean is temperatures potentially in the 40s and low 50s early into Thursday morning. And we don't normally see morning time temperatures like this, at least until right around October 10th or so. So we're going to fast forward into the month of October in the middle of September. As far as things go, though, as we go throughout the day, we've got sunshine in store, temperatures into the 70s. We're going to be right around 75 degrees or so by mid-morning. We're going to be in the upper 70s today. Could see some areas flirt close to 80 degrees this afternoon. We got sunshine that will still hang around for us as we are expecting a pretty nice and quiet day. But check out these low temperatures as we go early into your Thursday. Dropping down potentially in the 50s and 40s out there. 49 is what this model run is showing for the Bowling Green area. Could see some possibly middle 40s in those valley sheltered areas. It's a possibility early in the day for your Thursday. We go throughout your Thursday afternoon. Temperatures are going to be pretty nice and comfortable into the 70s with lots of sunshine in store. But yeah, Thursday is going to be a day where you're going to need that jacket in the morning, and then by the afternoon you can wear the short sleeves. So it's going to be pretty nice. Clouds will be on the increase at least by Friday, and we could be tracking maybe a few shower chances this weekend, but for the most part, we should be dry. Here's your 7-day forecast with your weekend always in view. By the way, you can scan this QR code at the top right-hand corner of your screen where you can always find this 7-day forecast available on WNKY.com. We're going to stay pretty dry with lots of sunshine. Temperatures right around 80 degrees Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. We're going to be back into the 70s. We've got a few clouds in the mix, maybe a stray shower chance on Saturday. As we go into next week, things are looking dry and quiet for us. Overnight lows, though, those morning temperatures in the upper 40s, low 50s. We're going to see that for the next few mornings as we go through Saturday morning as well. Be sure to follow News 40 weather online and on the air, even when the skies are fair. We're going to be back with more News 40 Sunrise after this commercial break.
Every Tuesday evening, now through October, from 5 to dusk, come join us and go cruising for a cure. Rev up for fun, fellowship, and cool cars. Cruise on in behind Brewster's Real Ice Cream on Scottsville Road in the Southern Lanes parking lot. We're raising money for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, the Alzheimer's Association, and Hospice of Southern Kentucky. Join us now for Cruisin' for a Cure. Presented by J.C. Kirby & Son Funeral Chapels.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Call us at Hughes & Coleman for a free consultation. If your loved one suffered a serious injury or untimely death while in a nursing home, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. Standing up for your loved ones is what matters now.
BG Home Furnishings is proud to be the official furniture supplier of WKU Athletics. Come on.
We love to support our Tops and our Tops fans.
The UPS store on Scottsville Road is your one stop for personal and professional services. We offer printing, shipping and packing, notary, mailboxes, and much more. Locally owned and operated. The UPS store on Scottsville Road.
Grab some lunch and make an impact. Join WNKY News 40 for Food Truck Fridays every week at Tidball's parking lot. This week features Soul of Kentucky to benefit the Alzheimer's Association. See the full lineup at WNKY.com.
The competition is on. This is nerve-wracking. Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy?
Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
The wait is over. Apple has unveiled its new iPhone 15, which comes in 5 colors or 4 colors for the Pro model. The device features a better camera and a USB-C charging port. The tech giant decided not to raise the price on its newest iPhones, which hit store shelves September 22nd. Apple also released its new watches, which now have a double tap feature that allows users to answer calls or pause music with just one hand. New census data shows troubling news. Child poverty in the U.S. more than doubled last year at 12.4%, up from 5.2% the year before. That's the largest change since the agency began tracking the data 14 years ago, and it comes after the COVID era expanded child tax credit expired. And 2 U.S. snack food giants are merging in a deal worth over $5 billion. J.M. Smucker, known for its jellies, is buying Hostess, maker of Twinkies, Ho-Hos, and Ding Dongs. In a statement, the CEO of Hostess said the deal is, quote, the right partnership to accelerate growth and create meaningful value for consumers, customers, and shareholders. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
A trial pitting the federal government against tech giant Google got underway Tuesday. The Justice Department in 14 states accused the company of illegally monopolizing web searching by making deals with phone makers to be the dominant search engine on their devices. The company strongly denies the accusation. Jolene Kent reports from Washington.
Today in federal court in Washington, Google on defense. The Justice Department is accusing the company of monopolistic behavior, alleging it abused its power by paying $10 billion a year to be the default search engine on Apple's iPhones, Samsung Galaxies, and beyond, unfairly keeping the competition like Microsoft Bing and DuckDuckGo at bay. The DOJ says those deals cemented Google's overall dominance, creating a, quote, feedback loop that always turns to Google's advantage. The tech giant hit back, saying the government is trying to limit their ability to do business. Google's chief legal officer, Kent Walker.
Is Google breaking the law here?
No, we're not. We believe that people use Google because it's helpful. You've never seen more choice, whether that's TikTok or Reddit or Amazon or Expedia.
Would you ever change?
To where? What else is there? Google claims it's easy to change the default search on your phone, but according to the government, internet users go to Google for nearly 90% of all searches in the U.S.
I'm Googling everything. How often are you Googling stuff on your phone?
Like 30 times, like every day, all the time.
And critics say that very popularity is what makes it nearly impossible for smaller players to actually compete.
So the longer they can hang on to that, the more dominance they have and their ability really to keep out other companies.
Weather on the 4s to get you out the door. Brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law. Here's today's forecast. Features Sadie and Reba, and they say it's positively sunny today. Temperatures into the 60s to start off this morning at 7 a.m. It's a nice, refreshing morning, and it's Wednesday, so we are just halfway through the week. Temperatures into the 60s right now, 66 in Bowling Green, 63 in Scottsville, 64 in Franklin, 60 degrees there at the Woodbury thermometer. Here are those winds flowing in from the north, of course, ushering in the less humid air for us. Radar pretty dry and quiet out there, and that's all courtesy of an area of high pressure. Here's your commuter forecast on this Wednesday. We're approaching the middle 70s for lunch run. Sunshine in store for us as we go throughout the day, especially for the PM drive. We're back with more News 40 Sunrise after this.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
At Horizon Pace, I have one doctor, not 4 or 5. And if I need to talk to that doctor and he's not with another patient, he'll come and talk to me. Everything's going real good. I come off of about 19 pills down to 7 now, and I love it. I wouldn't do without it right now.
Horizon Pace is the face of your healthcare. Contact us for more information.
Let me be direct. You're watching football wrong. What do you call a guy in face paint that can't get the game? A clown.
Sorry, what was it again? No, just give me a second.
Amateurs.
Sorry, everybody.
DirecTV Sports Central gives you access to every game. So you never have to compromise on game day.
Was that necessary?
I was just illustrating a point.
Access NFL Sunday Ticket on us. Get a $400 reward card.
Okay.
Now some breaking news.
FanDuel is coming to Kentucky.
Of course, all anyone has been talking about today, FanDuel is going live soon.
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling it. FanDuel is coming to town. Fun is about to begin, everybody. I'm pumped. Let's go.
America's #1 sportsbook is headed to Kentucky. Get $100 in bonus bets when you sign up today. Make every moment more with FanDuel.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes and Coleman and get it done.
Welcome back. You're watching News 40 Sunrise. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack, tracking a blast of fall and, of course, those chilly temperatures. How low will those temperatures drop? I'll have that answer in your News 40 Weather Authority full forecast. It's time to get you caught up with the latest on the top stories.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise. Thank you for joining us this Wednesday morning. I'm Ashley Wilson. Let's continue with our top stories. Logan County authorities are still searching for an escaped inmate. They say Cleavon Stevens walked away from an animal shelter where he was on work release assignment. He was last seen on video walking towards the railroad tracks on 6880 near 79 North. The sheriff's office says he has a shaved head, a scar on his forehead, and was last seen wearing all black. They say he is considered dangerous. If you do see him, contact 911 immediately. In the panel assigned to investigate how 12 horses died at Churchill Downs this spring is now saying there is no single factor linking the deaths. However, the report from the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Authority says that despite no link between Churchill Downs racing surface and the deaths or pattern in their location, more screening to mitigate risk at Churchill Downs is needed.
There are so many different factors like coming together that can create a risk. We have a really significant and real opportunity to tackle all of those factors and make real progress. And if you look historically on kind of where we've been and where we are now, we have been making progress repeatedly over the years.
In response to the report, Churchill Downs says it will continue to explore and invest in initiatives that support safety as its highest priority. Churchill Downs shut down its spring meets after the equine death. There was no recommendation from HISA to discontinue racing in the fall, so racing at Churchill Downs will resume this Thursday during the fall September meet. We look back here at home with some lighter news as Feeding America, Kentucky's Heartland, is working with a local school district to improve food security among students and their families. FAKH is doing this by working with many different school systems in Allen County to install food pantries with more than just food. The goal is to provide resources like food safety training and materials for additional food assistance for all schools in Allen County.
We needed to do more. That it needed to be not just for the kids, it needed to serve entire families, so that we can really address the whole home and the food insecurity experienced by the whole home, not just one child. Here's where we can really make a big difference.
The food pantry is expected to open this month and will run before, during, and after school hours. That was a final look at today's top stories. Now it's time to see who needs a forever home in today's Pet of the Day.
I'm reporter Carlisle Compton, and it's now time for your Pet of the Day, brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust. I'm here with Connie. She is the sweetest baby in the world. She loves her ears rubbed. She loves cuddling. Right now she's in the middle of a bath, but she is so sweet. She hasn't been dog or cat tested, but she is very social. So come down to the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society and adopt Connie.
Meowsers, look at Connie, and she just seems so adorable.
She's
her
so
eyes
precious.
Are just...
I know, they just like bring you in.
They really
do. And I hope
do.
they bring everyone in to say, I need Connie in my home, because she deserves a forever home, and you can adopt her today from the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society.
Well, coming up after the break, I'm going to help you plan out your day the News 40 way. Don't go anywhere.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Season 2, September 18th.
Weekdays at 2 on NBC 40.
When you come in and open an account with us, you can choose to have a shelter pet card. Whenever you use that card and swipe it as a credit transaction, it triggers a donation back to the animal shelters.
They're able to help the shelter in such an easy way.
It's a way to help remotely, and you know that your money is going to be used well. It really means a lot to be a local bank now. We just try to give back in any way we can.
There are so many different ways that you can volunteer at Hope Harbor. I am a part of the fundraising committee. I'm a hospital advocate, so I'm able to be there for those survivors. There is no one else that does this type of work like we do when we go to the hospitals and support those survivors.
The work that I do through Hope Harbor means really everything to me. Being a survivor myself, the organization allows me to provide the care and the support that I wasn't afforded.
There are so many ways to help Hope Harbor accomplish their mission, ending sexual violence.
My brother Tim was paralyzed at Disney World. We got to see what happens when you're poor and you got a big injury, and we ended up hiring the wrong lawyer. When I see these clients in my lobby, I see my brother Tim, and I don't want him or them to ever have that kind of representation. I want them to have their best chance of winning and the best chance to put their life back together the best way they can.
Listen to the WNKY News 40 weather drive time forecast. Weekdays on All Hit Woohoo 107. Pictionary.
Jump rope. Jump rope.
Every weekday. Pictionary on NBC 40.
Welcome back. The time is about 6:34. Weather on the 4s to get you out the door. Brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law. We take a live look at Bowling Green Ballpark this morning. We got those clouds that are scattered across the area, but you're going to notice those clouds are going to continue to filter out, and we're going to be expecting a blast of sunshine as we go throughout the day today. Temperatures into the 60s right now. It's nice and refreshing. Right now it's 61 degrees in Brownsville, 63 degrees in Scottsville, and those winds flowing in from the north. It's generally a light breeze out there and a calm breeze. Radar pretty dry and quiet. Area of high pressure that is working to serve up that sunshine our way, and it's also going to serve up the cooler, less humid air for us as well. So it's going to be pretty nice and fantastic as we go throughout the day. Let's track out the day as we plan out your day the News 40 way. Temperatures into the 70s. We got sunshine in store as we go throughout the day as well. Temperatures in the middle and upper 70s by this afternoon. I'm going to be tracking cooler numbers though, especially by Thursday. I'll show you that in just a moment, but for now, I'll send it over to Ashley.
Thank you, Darius. It's time now for the Wednesday edition of Sunrise Spotlight. And joining me this morning are Camilla Costa and Brent Bjorkman here to talk all about the upcoming Horse Cave Heritage Festival. Thank you guys for joining me this morning.
It's great to be here with you, Ashley.
Definitely. It's so nice. This time of year brings me just joy and excitement to be outdoors, be at these fall festivals, and especially the Heritage Festival in Horse Cave. Tell us about it.
Sure. Well, the Heritage Festival is Hart County's biggest community festival. Every year, everyone looks forward to it. There's artisans there, there's games for kids, there's parades. It's something where we celebrate Hart County, and everything that has to happens there culturally. And the Kentucky Folklife program, we're about documenting, presenting, and conserving culture. We've been working with them for many years, so we got a lot of great things that are going to happen that we're going to conduct on Saturday. Camille and I and a number of people. So
yeah, share with us then, Camille, what the program is providing to this Heritage Festival.
Yes, so the Kentucky Folklife program is partnering with the WKU Folk Studies and Anthropology Department oral history class, and we're conducting an interactive oral history booth called Heart to Heart, recording stories of Horse Cave community, Hart County, and beyond. So basically, festival goers will be able to come by and visit us and tell a story of something of significance that means a lot to them. And that could be anything from weather survival narratives to foodways traditions, or maybe a funny, hilarious joke that gets passed down traditions through traditions. And they get to talk about it with us and the oral historians and have their recording recorded. And then they get to take home a copy of that recording plus a cute little button that says sharing your story heart to heart.
I love that, and especially the heart to heart part. And to be able to share that, because so much of stories in history gets passed down from parents, grandparents, family members, friends, and you don't want them lost to time.
No.
So what a great way to put this together, and you can keep it and then share it with other people in Kentucky.
And some people don't think we asked, well, I don't know a lot about history about Hart County. It's like, but you're part of it. So that everyone has their role to play. And if you have a grandparent or yourself and you think like, maybe I have something to share, or that person has something to share, bring them with, you come. To the time together.
It'll be such an amazing experience. So tell us when it's happening, when it's taking place, how we can find you.
Yes, absolutely. So we will be on Saturday, September 16th, the historic Thomas House. We will be there from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Perfect. And so is it free to participate, to come out and share the story?
Absolutely. They just need a story, and everybody's story is important, and we're excited to listen.
Oh, absolutely. Heart to Heart in Hart County for the Horse Cave Heritage Festival. Thank you all for joining and sharing this morning.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ashley.
Absolutely. That was a look at this morning's Sunrise Spotlight. And when we return, the MAC is back with a full look at this morning's forecast. Stay with us.
Daniel Cameron says it's
one of the first things I will do as governor,
bringing back former Governor Matt Bevin's ruthless Medicaid plan, threatening to take away coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians, punishing working parents, putting rural hospitals in danger of shutting down.
This sounds very similar to something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely.
Denying people coverage, devastating rural health care.
Something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely.
Cameron's absolutely wrong for Kentucky.
The City of Glasgow is excited to present Entertain Glasgow's Groove and Glow. Saturday, September 16th at 4 p.m. at the Glasgow Municipal Airport. Enjoy food, live music, and a firework finale. Visit entertainglasgow.com for more info.
Do you have bricks cracking, doors and windows sticking, or cracks in your drywall? USS is here to help. Changing weather conditions cause the soil around your home to shift and your foundation to settle, compromising your home's structural integrity. USS can stabilize and even lift your foundation with our customized piering solutions, all backed by a transferable lifetime warranty. Visit uss-ky.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
I'm Ashley Wilson. Join me for Living Well on News 40 Sunrise. Every morning, we'll bring you the latest health and wellness trends to keep you informed and help you live your best life.
Living Well, brought to you by Spring Hill Pharmacy.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Will the Voice reigning champion
I won this competition last season.
break out his signature move?
Who do you choose?
This is so hard.
And there's the Nile Smile. The Voice, September 25th on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
I need your help solving a murder.
Whose murder?
Mine.
People predictably make wrong decisions. Why?
I hear people are irrational.
The Irrational, September 25th on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Welcome to the country.
The MAC is back with a full look at your forecast. Weather on the 4s, brought to you by Deborah Brose, attorneys at law. The time is 6:40 on News 40 Sunrise. Radar pretty dry and quiet out there, contrary to yesterday where we had those showers that moved through. Now that those showers have cruised out of here, get ready for a blast of fall and even some chilling temperatures that will arrive for a few mornings as we go throughout this week. As far as this morning goes, though, it's going to be pretty nice and comfortable. We take a live look across the region, courtesy of Kentucky Mesonet Butler County site right now. You're seeing some of those clouds out in the mix, but you're going to notice those clouds fizzling out as we go throughout the morning, and we are expecting a blast of sunshine. 59 degrees at the Woodbury thermometer. It's 64 degrees at the WKU farm thermometer there, and just a beautiful start to the morning. Let's check out the temperature spread. We generally have those numbers into the 60s and even some 50s out there. Hardinsburg, though, towards the north where you're seeing those cooler numbers. This is the air that is going to be ushering in, of course, the less humid feel, and you can already see that with those dew points. I mean, it's pretty nice and comfortable out there with those dew points in the 50s and 60s. We don't have any mugginess on Muggy Map. In fact, as we go for the next stretch of days, I'm not expecting any muggy weather. In fact, it's going to be pretty nice and pleasant for us. It's going to be feeling more like fall, especially by Thursday morning. We're going to be tracking some chilly temperatures, and this is all going to be associated with the Canadian ridge of high pressure that's going to be ushering in those winds from the north and northeast, and we could be talking about temperatures in the upper 40s, low 50s by Thursday morning. Now, these are numbers that we typically see around October 10th for morning time temperatures, so we're going to be fast forwarding into October in the middle of September as far as those temperatures go by Thursday morning. Temperatures today going to be running unseasonably cooler, but it's going to be pretty nice. We got sunshine in store. Temperatures already in the middle 70s by 10 a.m. As we go throughout this afternoon, some thermometers could flirt close to 80 degrees. I think we're going to be somewhere around the upper 70s today. But check out what happens tonight. Those thermometers really are going to drop. We're going to watch those numbers drop into the upper 40s potentially, and even some low 50s early into Thursday morning. As we go throughout your Thursday afternoon, it's going to be pretty nice and a spectacular day on tap with temperatures into the 70s. And then we repeat that chilly morning once again by your Friday morning, that is, by temperatures into the upper 40s and low 50s again. So we're going to be watching for a series of days where in the morning you're going to definitely need the long sleeves. But by the afternoon, it's going to feel pretty nice, and then you can wear the shorts. So it's that time of year. 7-day forecast as we go over the next several days. We're going to stay pretty dry for the most part. We're going to be watching for a few clouds in the mix on Saturday. It could be a system from the south that could be bringing us a few shower chances maybe on Saturday. So it's not going to be a total washout, though. By the way, don't forget this QR code at the top right-hand corner of your screen. You can scan that to plan your day, where you can always find your 7-day forecast available on WNKY.com. But check out these overnight low temperatures. We're going to be seeing those morning time temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s for the next few mornings. And then we're going to see some middle 50s as we go into next week. But really a pretty decent stretch of weather as we go over the next several days. It's not going to be pretty muggy or very humid out there. It's going to look nice, and it's going to feel nice as we go over the next several days. Be sure to follow News 40 weather online and on the air, even when the skies are fair. Now it's time to wish our friends happy birthday in today's Soki's Birthday Club.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
No dairy, no problem. Rooster's got you. Our delicious oat milk ice cream is a vegan treat you don't want to miss. It's a dreamy delight that'll please the whole gang. Try it in a cone or a shake and treat yourself at Rooster's today.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Can't watch us live on WNKY News 40? Watch us anytime on View It.
The Warren County Public Library presents a jazz affair featuring Rory Stewart and Glenn Wilson. Thursday, September 14th at the Capitol. Join us for an unforgettable evening of original compositions, improvisations, and jazz. Free tickets are limited and available at warrenpl.org.
Welcome into sports. We had some big in-town high school sporting events last night. Over at the Pitt, Bowling Green, the Lady Purples took on the Lady Maroons of Madisonville North Hopkins. The Lady Purples crushed the Lady Maroons 6-0, a big shutout victory for BG. They will face Greenwood in district action this Thursday at the Swamp. And the Warren Central Lady Dragons hosted the Bowling Green Lady Purples for a 14th district volleyball match. The Lady Purples controlled the court for the first two sets, only allowing 10 combined points from the Lady Dragons, but Warren Central put up a fight in set 3. Lead shifted back and forth, but it was the Lady Purples pulling it out in 3 straight sets. And WKU volleyball continues their terror as they sweep Austin P in Clarksville last night. The Taubes took all 3 sets, 25-21, 25-21, and 25-13. They will look to continue their success this weekend in the Alyssa Kavanaugh Classic as head coach Travis Hudson continues to show his confidence in his group.
It's evident when you watch, we belong with the best teams in the country. And, you know, our big challenge, as I've said, has been taking care of all the other ones. And that's what this week is. We're playing a couple really good teams this week, and we need to, you know, finish this thing right. But I've said it since day one. I really like this team. I think we're good. We've just been up against so many crazy scenarios so far this season, and I just feel like if we can lock arms and get through it, I think it's going to show itself as the season wears on.
That's a look at sports. Guys, back to you.
All right, it's now time for this week's What's Brewing at the Ballpark. And Ashley, we got to start. Unfortunately, Hot Rods didn't make the playoffs, couldn't quite do it. It is a little disappointing.
We were close. We're second place. We still had a phenomenal season.
You guys really did.
We have such pride in our guys. You know, you can't win them all 2 years in a row. That's pretty rare. So we're thankful for the 2 championships we've got. We had a great team, another great season. Wrapped up on Sunday, and you know, now we're looking forward to April 5th. 2024 as we kick off the 15th season.
But that now begs the question, what is brewing at the ballpark now that the season's over?
Absolutely. So we pride ourselves at Bowling Green Ballpark that we're not just the home of the Hot Rods, we're also a community beacon. We are an event space. We are a pillar in the community that people can come out to and participate. So we have a lot of community events coming up that we want to share and highlight. So this Saturday for Down Syndrome of Southern Kentucky, it's DSSKY's Step Up for Down Syndrome. So the walk is Saturday, and I know that they would love to have as many people come out and walk and support the cause for the Buddy House. And then the following Saturday on the 23rd, it's the Move Well Hot Rods Ultra. That's a 24-hour marathon around the ballpark. 24 hours. People come from all over the country to run this marathon.
That's crazy.
They're lapping the concourse because if you've not been to the ballpark, it's a 360 walkable park, and so 3 laps around the ballpark is a mile. So these people are going, some do a 12-hour block, some do a 24-hour block, but
people
it is
run for 24 hours?
They run for 24 hours.
That's
it's
incredible.
Epic. It is so cool. So they're still taking signups on their website, but we've got all these different events that pile up, and then of course next month we'll have our very own Bourbon and Brew Fest on October 21st that we're gearing up for. We're very excited. Absolutely. But we'll also have Community Ed's Blockbusters at the ballpark on October 14th. So I think Top Gun Maverick is going to be playing. So a lot of variety of different things that people can come and experience. You know, just because baseball's over doesn't mean the ballpark is closed. So we've got so much going on, lots to share. So come on out. There's always something for everybody.
There really is. And you know, there is always next year for the Hot Rods. And I know the Hot Rods are going to do so much better next year. They're going to get that 3rd championship in 4 years. I can already feel it. But for now, there's so much going on at the ballpark. Be sure to check it all out. It all sounds like a lot of fun. Well, that was this week's Brewing at the Ballpark. When we come back, Darius Mack will have another check of your forecast. Don't go anywhere.
Kick it back to the 80s at this year's Lip Sync Battle, benefiting Megan's Mobile Grocery. Get your tickets today at lipsyncbattlebg.com. Join us September 21st at Soki Marketplace, presented by Service One Prosper Foundation.
Car wreck? Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Insurance companies are making it tougher than ever for car accident victims, charging higher premiums and then trying to shortchange you on your injury claim. But no matter what they do, one fact remains. On average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one. Now that you know the facts, don't settle for less. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
Located on the campus of Western Kentucky University, Hyatt Place Bowling Green offers the perfect home base for your South Central Kentucky adventure. Enjoy our spacious accommodations, comfortable lounge, business services, Wi-Fi, and all-day access to cafe, bar, and dining. Check out everything that South Central Kentucky has to offer and feel like you're home while experiencing it. Book your stay at HyattPlaceBowlingGreen.com. Discover somewhere new at Hyatt Place Bowling Green.
Whoa!
Big news. DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to Kentucky. New customers, download the app now to get $200 in bonus bets when we go live. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
Football Frenzy is back in South Central Kentucky.
WNKY News 40 is your home for high school football.
The most schools,
the most highlights,
the most coverage.
Catch Football Frenzy Friday nights at 10 on WNKY News 40.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
Bowling Green and South Central Kentucky have become hot tourist destinations recently, and that's only expected to continue. Kentucky's tourism commissioner was in town Tuesday and told us what this economic impact could have on our community. News 40's Michael Ridgway has the details.
At SkyPack, workers in the hospitality industry sat in as Kentucky's tourism commissioner talked about some relevant news concerning the state.
The South Central Kentucky region is incredibly important to us. You know, Bowling Green is the anchor of the region. You've got Mammoth Cave. You know, it's got so many unique features that draw people from all over the world.
And as of right now, tourism in the state is expected to have a big upswing.
I just came from a conference, and Kentucky specifically, and all across America, occupancies are up. But Kentucky, we are ahead of 2019, which was at the time the record year. 2023 is going to be better than 2019.
Though getting out and sightseeing has grown, the lodging aspect isn't doing the best.
We have a saying in the hospitality industry right now: everyone wants to travel so they don't have to work. And that is exactly what's happening. According to the American Hotel Lodging Association, as of a few weeks ago, 83% of the hotels in the United States are understaffed. And I think that number is probably higher in this area.
Though you might not think it, tourism generates a lot of money for the state, and if it wasn't for that, you definitely see it come tax time.
In 2022, our economic impact as a state was $8.9 billion in direct spend. It was $12.9 billion in overall economic impact, and that generated about $937 million in taxes for state and local governments. Without that, every household in Kentucky would have to pay about another $536. So tourism as an economic driver, as what it contributes to the local economies, you really can't overemphasize its importance.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Michael Ridgway, WNKY News 40.
Time for another quick check of your forecast, brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law. High pressure working to serve up sunshine our way today, and also the less humid air. It's going to look nice. It's going to feel nice out there. It's already feeling nice this morning with temperatures into the low 60s out there, and even some upper 50s in some locations. We're going to be somewhere around the middle 70s by mid to late morning. We got lots of sunshine in store. Temperatures will make a run close to about 80 degrees in some locations. As we time things out for you today with Futurecast, I'm tracking a blast of sunshine in store. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be wrapping up News 40 Sunrise after this.
Whether you're ready to build your dream home or add a new room, finding a reputable contractor is the most important step in the process. Contractors operating in Warren County must be licensed and insured with both liability and workers' compensation. Don't pay for work that hasn't been done. Never pay cash. Write a check and ask for a receipt. Always have a contract. The Contractors Licensing Board is here to protect you from unlicensed and uninsured contractors. For more tips, visit bgky.org/contractorslicensing.
Insurance companies have a favorite kind of accident victim. The ones that take the first offer and don't ask questions. So which kind are you? Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Geez. Hey, Trent. What's going on? You've been here for 7 hours.
I'm having problems with this ain't right. I'm coming back tomorrow.
I should have called JB. Trent, gee.
Should have called JB Electric. At JB Electric, when it comes to electricity, we don't mess around. Make the right call. Call JB Electric.
Teens have drama.
One more minute.
Braces add more drama.
Oh, how does anyone do this?
Invisalign is better oral hygiene and no drama.
Whether someone is across the neighborhood, across the street, or across the room, you have the power to make them feel right at home. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
Want the best seat to see the big game? Ford's can help, and it can be right in your home. This ultra plush chaise rocking recliner features extra padded seats and full body support for only $5.99. Now at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green.
Edmonton, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
You know, with the talk of the Heritage Festival in Horse Cave, it just reminds me of how many fall festivals we have coming up, and being outside in this weather, how it's feeling so nice finally, and all the pumpkin drinks out at all the coffee places.
So you are a pumpkin spice latte girl?
Yes, that's my middle name. If I was a part of the Spice Girls, I would be Pumpkin Spice.
You know what?
There you go.
I think that would be great.
Yes, I love the boots. I love the big scarves. Sign me up for all those things, because when we were at the opening home game at Western, and it was so hot. I'm like, football is not supposed to be this hot.
No.
I need all the cool things, like going to the fall festivals. I know we have our Harvest Festival here downtown coming up in October, and just going to the pumpkin patches and
apple picking,
absolutely all
getting pumpkins, carving. I mean, I know it's a little early to start carving pumpkins, but you know, someone said I would go ahead and put my fall decorations up. I said, you do you. If that brings you joy, put up those decorations.
I got a question then. So, you know, we're still kind of in the beginning of September. Is it too early to start getting into the Halloween?
Never.
Spirits?
Oh, no. I've already probably seen people decorate their houses for Halloween.
There is not that I want to push people towards this house, but there is a house on Emmett across from the old station who decorates for Halloween about 100 days out. And there is a countdown in their front yard, and it literally does bring me joy every time I drove by it yesterday, and every day they add a new decoration.
Really?
They do a countdown and they add a new Halloween decoration. It is the most epic house in town. They go all out, and I love it.
That is incredible. I love people that go all out for all these decorations.
Yeah, because it's fun, and it does. If it makes you happy and it brings you joy, why not do it? Some people want to put up their Christmas decoration.
Yeah, I was about to say, I wonder if people are already putting up Christmas.
If it brings you joy, you can do it.
Some people may have their Christmas tree up already.
But
anyway,
this weather's bringing me joy.
It is, yeah. The weather is bringing lots of joy because we got sunshine in store, temperatures in the 70s over the next couple of days. We're going to see some 80s around, but the good news is that I'm not expecting any muggy weather as we go over the next stretch of days. It's going to be pretty nice. It's going to feel nice. Those morning temperatures, though, yeah, it's going to be chilly out there.
I love it. So I could technically have a scarf if I wanted.
You could.
I love it. I'm here for it. All right. Thank you, Darius. Thank you all for joining